victory for the Spirit side. They'll be on the CT side for this particular map up. Let's see if they can equalize the series or whether it will be done here in 2. Straight out towards the mid, control for the big side, being challenged by the CT forces. Chopper and Dexter getting very aggressive, and they're going to get shut down. You talk about potentially Chopper having to reel in Dexter, but no, letting him loose and charging up right beside him. Taking 2 casualties as a result of this. The CT side of Sundar Young here towards the A side. The split coming through from Connector and Palace. Keto can't isolate Sundar Young, take him down, and now 2 CT standing for the retake.
Ooh, Mir is the unknown entity. Tap comes through, needs to try and adjust up towards that Palace position. 2v3 still out for the CT side, and Keto overextends, leaving Magic's now the last one left to try and get that retake together. What an aggressive approach that was from Spirit, all trying to peek out through mid, and it was Big that started off with so many entries, eventually going into the post plant, and Magic, well, the further the time goes away from this bomb, the less likely he is to get this retake together. Siriuson's peeking out. Big start things off fantastically on the T side, and confident round 2.
Very nicely done. Very, very nicely done indeed to deal with the Spirit side, to deal with the aggression from the CT forces. And again, you can kind of expect that to a certain extent, even on the CT half of Spirit, to try and aggress against Big, because they know that they could possibly win those fights, and winning those fights is what's going to get them those rounds. But here with the Deagles in for the second. Of course, the force back from Spirit. As Big try and get themselves off to the early start, trying to establish as many rounds as possible here. Pull as far away from Spirit in the early game, get things started on their map pick.
Yeah, it's going to come down to this anti-eco and see the force spike coming out from Spirit. Not really having too much of a heavy influence anywhere on the map, being split quite evenly, 2-1-2. And Magic's looking for a bit of an aggressive approach up towards the apartments. Doesn't quite get punished, but the B split is coming through from Big.
Shut down by Mir and Dexter. 2 good kills. Magic gets his Deacon involved in Citizen as well. And Zintaris falls the same. Oh, fear the Spirit force. Right, Keito's got himself behind. What? No! Reads it! I think your call there just describes the sheer level of agony that Big just received on that one. He had the perfect angle, but still they checked it.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Big, and it looked like it was the right read going into the B split. Only a couple of defenders there, but with the scout getting involved with the tags and a kill from Dexter, the Deagles just do so much damage between Magic's and Mir. And Big, just when you get a great round of pistol, as confident as that, there's such a response coming in as quickly as possible from Spirit, and they've already started things off with an aggressive mid-play, opening kill coming out from one of the AUGs, and now, well, the other one's going to start getting involved. SDY now finding a first pick.
Zintaris trying to back in a tight angle onto the jungle position, but can't find a headshot, can't isolate a frag. One in with the CT side as Tizian taps through and is unable to receive anything of the CT forces back towards the B play. Just continuing to prod for information, trying so they can catch someone off from Spirit. They've got damage to Dexter and Sundar Young, but they're staying alive, and now Zintaris is next to drop the chopper.
Now, this round is falling apart so quickly. They just haven't found the engagements, haven't found the peaks. And when they have, it's gone in favor of the CTs. I say that, and now Tabson and Tizian have been able to find a kill each. Spirit just need to be careful here, Jay, that they're not overextending. They're not getting too hungry about it, because this could still be very winnable now for the German side with those 2 picks coming in.
Gonna get 2 more, though, at least. 1 on the site itself. Sundar Young ready to receive them. Sees the head. Spray through's awkward. Eventually connects that kill. And Tizian, well, now knows exactly where he's at. Does take that frag back, but now needs to deal with 2 more. And unfortunately, the flick towards Magic's is not quite accurate. No bomb plant, no bonus, no buy for Big. Spirit can start to stack up.
All right. Well, look, Spirit have been able to find the perfect U-turn as such. Losing that pistol, finding the anti-eco, and then converting as well. Meaning that for Big, well, we're not going to see much of an investment at all. A harsh eco, probably just Glock this round out. Maybe get a flash and try and waterfall to get a bomb plant over from B or out from Palace. But we can't really expect too much to be found here by the T side. Spirit looking to try and farm up this money. Don't have too many SMGs in play, just that single MP9 from Dexter. Probably wants to get the NWP in the next following rifle round.
Dexter leaning up to try and farm up some cash. What can he get out of this? I mean, it's plenty of T-side players around here, but it's a case of lining them up and actually catching the information. He doesn't overextend against Big, so that's a fortunate seat. We'll back up towards the bottom of the mid position, hold on to the SMG, go back to a massive standard side default position. Realizing that the execute can still come through from Big from their apartments and palace control.
Yeah, look, that's really nicely done there from Dexter to not push forward. I mean, this is a bait setup, right, from Big. Like, they're trying to allow them to push forward, and if they do, that's where you've got a crossfire between 5 Glocks. The one thing the Big need to be wary of, though, is that they've got to get a move on, right? You don't want any players having the chance of going down after time or staying alive. Maybe just try and run out for mid, chop up. And what can he do with this glue? Because he's going to start hearing the footsteps.
There's one trying to return to the T side, but Mir lines up 4, and they will all fall like dominoes. Eco cleaned up. Only 1 casualty sustained by the CT side, so overall the economy can build. Might not be the best of money lines again. They lost a lot of damage over on the force buy round, and of course, 1 kill against them still going to start to hurt here for Spirit. AK's AWPs in. And the AUG out for some Die Young here for the Spirit side, being the 3rd scope weapon in server. All the peaks in towards the mid-control. Already going to be challenges coming in from both of the respective AWPs, or an AK instead actually coming through. Zentaris is first to fall. Spearson can't get to the train as Dexter falls back.
And not only is he flash, but he's also just gets that shot thrown through the window smoke. Oh, look at the nade too from the top of short in towards connector for Tamsin. That takes him down to about half points of health, and you almost get the feeling that Mir wants to try and work on the edge of this smoke, maybe try and see if he can get somewhat aggressive. A great opening fire coming out from Spirit in towards that window room for Mir. Big. What's the play here? I mean, looking like it's going to be a split in towards the A site with at least a couple of players around connector, but they've got to try and work a pick. They've got to try and work an advantage somewhere.
Mir in the right place at the right time, peeking in the Tabson. Tizian gets shut down, following suit very quickly after the fact. Dexter with another good kill in this round. And now Chopper involved into the Palace position, getting Keto to drop. So this round has got crumbled to pieces very quickly as well. Not even much of a challenge posted up by Big. No damage done to any of the CT players here.
Yeah, this is a worrying sign, to say the least, from Big. They have really done nothing in this opening gun round. Some really great duels coming in from Spirit. Great timing on some of those peaks. Mir jumping down from ladder in towards window was one of them. And then Dexter getting involved with the NWP. No damage done. What a convincing round from Team Spirit. And I even want to say, after even seeing what we saw in Overpass, that might be the most convincing round of the game from Spirit.
Bring up the rifles and everything, 4-1 to the board of the CT side. 3 AKs recovered off the back of that. Big will have themselves basic pistols, the Tech 9s in. A couple of players without head Kevlar. Searson is one of them, without any Kevlar at all. Force buy situation coming in from them. A very fast play out to the B site initially is what seemed to be set up, but they are going to stall things a little bit. Set some utility in instead. Smoke's coming in very early though, so might still be a relatively fast play. Incendiary down, nades up, damage being done. The first kill has been found from Magix onto Tizian. Dexter and Magix do fall back in trade. And Keto turns his Deagle into a 2K. Bomb plant secured, 4-on-2. I think Spirit might be better to save their weapons this time.
Yeah, now we saw Big doing what Spirit did to them out on Overpass on that T side. Quick play comes in towards the B side, and the entries are so quick with those Tech 9 and Deagles. We see Xantares and Keto working together. This is a very, very late sort of push in towards the side. I think they're just looking for exit kills from here. Maybe try and see if they can disallow any of those AKs to be saved in. Big. That's going to take some pressure off them. What a convincing round. And maybe I'd like to see that on a bit of a gun round. Oh, look at the damage coming through from SDY. I think that was a little bit unnecessary there from Big. Had the opportunity of just holding onto the weapons and just going out towards the apartment's controls. Xantares just surviving from the bomb. Holds onto that AWP. Do you reckon that was calculated, Jay? 1 HP.
I don't know if it was calculated that much. I mean, it was a case that he would have extended and gone down, or if he had stayed in the site, he would have probably gone down with the bomb explosion. I guess he kind of got lucky there. I don't know how calculated that could have been. But AWP in, AK's out. Big back on the buy thanks to their forced investment going so well as to win in the round. Spirit also with the rifles in tow. Plenty of cash to rebuy down into, and Dexter with the AWP straight in past the smokes. Will fire away downrange, but doesn't connect towards anybody. Big are going to evade those positions. as the standard default sets in from Spirit.
Yeah, big. This is a great opportunity now to start really hammering home the economy from your opposition of Spirit. And certainly knowing where the loss bonus is and knowing how much there is in the reserve, there's a chance for a reset soon. And even depending on how convincing they can win this following round. Degster doesn't quite get pressured going up towards the ticket area, trying to see if he can get a bit of a sight line into connector or from ramp. A Chopper just jiggle peeking, Nade comes forward, HG comes through. Doesn't actually do any damage on the Keto, but he flashes his way back in. Keto wins that fight.
Chopper to 4, big start for Big. Sam Dayang into the front corner here towards the ramp control, expecting somebody to push out here. There's no split in towards the A site from the Big side. Even though the bomb is impactless, that would indicate what would otherwise be a push forward. It's the connector control that might have to be gained here before Big can act, and indeed a smoke does go down to siphon them off. 39 seconds, the teams have got to make a move soon.
Yeah, they think it's a B play, and this is just drawing so much attention away. This is going to be the Exian towards A, and Big and Spirit might just instantly save. As soon as they've wide swung onto SDY, great opening kill from Xantares. There's no point the CTs even go for this. They took a little bit of a risk there, and it was just that lurk play from Tizian, the only player out to the B side, just used a little bit of utility, and Spirit go, right, let's just risk it. Let's just rotate pretty much everyone over, leave SDY as the only player on A, and as soon as that swing comes out from Palace and they find that first connection, it's just a safe call.
Yeah, a very big gamble that for Spirit did not pay off at all. We saw smokes coming out towards connector control and everything, so I'm kind of surprised that they didn't actually just stay put, even though there was some bait coming in towards the B side. I mean, maybe they weren't sure about it. Either way, it's going to be a third for the Big side to get things going here on T. Keep things running for the close to even standing. Only one round the difference here. Spirit still lead at 4-3. And with the weapon save, they can probably drop some rifles, get some weapons back in for another good gun round. So Big, the challenges for them, they're not quite over just yet.
I wonder when we're going to see like a double AWP setup coming through from Spirit. They're a team that don't actually run double AWPs too often. We saw that Big run it a couple of times for both Keto and for Sirison out on that first map of Overpass on the city side. And it seems like Dexter's been quite solo on that. Going fast out towards connector. Molly is actually going to force him forward. Look how aggressive he is. He's pretty much all by himself. The flash comes through and he's now got to try and fall back.
And flashes over in towards the B site, play fast out again from Big. This won them their momentum swing previously in a handful of rounds ago. Now with the rifles in tow, they take it even more confidently. 2 for 1, only a couple of CTs here towards the B site defense, and boost up top of the default boxes is going to set up for the retake. But Spirit, they are not going to do the same. They're going to fall back, save the weapons for another good round here.
I'm starting to get some signs of weakness over at that B site from Spirit. It feels like Magix is having a pretty tough time. Mir is trying to get him out of these difficult situations, but between them, they only managed that 1 kill onto Xantares while both of them fall. And Chopper's on a really quick rotate out from short, but they just opt to try and save. The swing comes through, so a chance for an AK to be picked up, but he just drops to try and fall further and further away so he doesn't get hunted. And Big now tie up the scoreline, and maybe that's what the Germans need to put a little bit more emphasis of, Jay, over towards that B side, because they're finding a lot of success there. Ooh.
Another exit frag in, and the Spirit side going to limit their buy potential. I think they could still force it up, though. Orps in. Yeah, M4's getting brought down. Tactical call for Spirit, though, because they have been contested over the course of this one. They've had an early lead, picking back that pistol against Big, but now Big have equalized one more time, and well, now might be the most appropriate time for a tactical pause. No. Sorry.
That replay.
Yeah, it's just that one replay, just to highlight it, you know?
Just to show it again? Yeah, of course. But look, for Big, I think that they've gotten themselves out of not a deep hole, but they're at least, you know, on the front foot now. We saw what was a really convincing streak at one point from Spirit after winning the anti-eco, and now we're seeing a little bit of a resurgence from the Germans. The Spirit now taking a bit of a tactical, and I wonder what they're going to change, whether they bring sort of like another player over to B, or maybe try and split the anchors, have Dexter to be a little bit more of a rotate over to B, instead going in for a bit of an aggressive play out from mid. Great nade to start off. Chopper sitting in connector, still wants to play aggressively though.
Flash keeps him blind back here at the connector control, swinging back and moving up with the M4. He's going to aggress very far forward in this one, actually. This could get real interesting. Orpseen has no idea that the angle's even being contested by the CT side. And Chopper with 2 big frags down towards the bottom of the mid control. 5 versus 1 of Magic's and Mir also chime in towards the defensive. And Keto has 1 gap on his smoke to work with. Does take a frag back on Dexter, but he goes no further than that. For Spirit, that is confidence once again.
Yeah, look, to be honest, I don't really know what Chopper's thinking there, but it works, right? He's by himself. There's no support with no utility. Once he gets those 2 picks, that's when Mir starts swinging out from short. It's already too late, but a really great start in the round from Chopper. A very, very unique approach to that mid control. And then look at the defensive being held from Magix and Mir. They are actually able to hold it down. A lot more rock solid between the two. What a convincing round from Spirit, and it's as soon as they take a tactical.
Back in control, perhaps? I mean, they've got a lot of aggression coming in from the T side once again towards the apartments area. Tintin will burn a little bit. Can he isolate that kill? No, he spots the pixel, but he's unable to take the frag. The nade's back instead. Samdayang has already fallen into the ramp control, so there was always that opening kill that Big can utilize. Keto will fall back to Chopper, so 1 peek in, 1 frag found again. And Dexter turns up Tabson. Chopper back towards underpass is still going to aggressively opts to back off in the end. As 1 more player in mid position has got to deal with, and Searson trades it back to evens again.
Oh, they're pushing the apartments. They might be able to deal with this lurk play from Tizian, and they do. Now it's down to the AWP out from CT Spawn. They've got the information, it's not B. Dexter's got to stay alive. If he can get a pick, then great. Already spots out the player from Palace. They know the info of where Xantares is.
The bomb's making its way towards the B side, so Searson able to bait in the entire CT forces. Incendiaries up. Xantares has snuck in towards the jungle control. Every right to be inquisitive because this could be an interesting backstab. Searson's going to plant open for sure. Knows that there's no one here on the CT side. And now Xantares will look to cut off rotations. How many players are going to come in from spawn? Both T-side individuals here to crossfire at the spawn position. And getting tagged. Kill on the first play. But Searson, the Magic, gets both of those kills. Nice and efficient. And there it is. A 3K for him and a 6 to the Spirit side.
Jeez, the game sense on that. Like, really, that's just so well done out from Magix. And he realizes, hang on a minute, if they've planted over at B so quickly and he's getting that aggressive towards market, is it a bait play? Are we seeing some sort of wraparound that we don't quite know about, knowing that Xantares was in Palace? So just working off the information, even pre-aims the window room position, because Big kind of, it looked like they were at an advantage in that sort of situation. When that bomb was going back over to B, the over-rotation comes in from A and Xantares sneaks in through jungle. You're kind of looking at that and thinking, you know what, Big can actually win this post-plant. But it's Magix to show up and, well, Spirit, they're now going to force Big on a tactical. They're going to start to make the Germans think a bit.
Yeah, 2 rounds the lead once again for the Spirit side, re-establishing their dominance against the T-side forces. And a half buy got to come through here. I assume that that tactical pause was to discuss whether they opt to just go for it or not. The Eagles P250s a Tech 9 in for Xantares, a couple of smokes down, a couple of flashes as well, and Molly in for Tizian and all. Dexter straight up and out towards mid position, not seeing anything. It's going to be what seems to be a set piece actually in from the Big side. Yeah, and fast execution out. Xantares will lean forward a bit. Tech 9 up against it. Chopper will drop down. The AWP of Dexter will get the opening kill. Back from CT spawn, going to get top of ticket booth because that smoker's kept him suppressed. Samdayang comes up with a kill. Chopper towards Dark does get that frag together. Samdayang making it a double as well, and Chopper doubles up to deal with the last player of Searson. Nice cleanup round, not a single lick of damage done to Spirit. And when this team looks confident, they look unbelievably good.
They do. They really do. And the one thing that scares me, maybe not the most, but scares me quite a lot, is just the difference in in-game leading fragging ability. You've got Tabson that's 1 and 9, while Chopper's 10 and 6. You know, the in-game leader from Spirit is actually putting up some really big numbers. He's looking mechanically so on point. And we're just seeing the kill numbers just not be there from Big. Down by just 3 rounds over on the T side. They've got to be able to crack this through. Do they go for like another set piece towards A? They've already brought Tabson really quickly into connector.
Chopper swinging out here again, going to try to get the opener. Tizian will find a trade. The 4-on-4 situation, Keto getting tagged low. Can somebody isolate the opportunity? No, CS is going to catch him at the end of the smoke. And Dexter with his orb out, looking onto Palace, missing his shot on the player that makes his way out. Nade close, however. Is that going to land to Keto? Yes, it will. 3-on-3, retake is on. Further nades up, don't do any more damage for the CTs.
There's a big wraparound coming through from Mir. I wonder whether anyone from Big is going to expect this. There's a player close out from ramp from Sirison, but he's not actually checking the backlines. A bit of a wraparound coming through from Tabson 2 out from Connector. Oh, it gets peeked from Sirison, but he doesn't see any info.
Then moving up, it's all the case of timing. M4 sees that orb and takes him down. Big way to open things back up on the retake. Magic is going to kill
Lovely.
Tizian, shut down by Mir in the back lines. And they did lose 3 players, but that retake so well coordinated there for Spirit will win their 8th on the CT side and claim the half in the first.
One thing that's really surprising about Spirit is how they're not chaotic. We see it in a lot of CIS teams. It's just really chaos being ensued on the server, but you look at how they slowed that down on the retake. The peek comes in from Sirison from ramp. He doesn't see the backstab. Mir gets very lucky on the jiggle peeks out to actually try and bait the AWPer. But just the way in which they're able to crossfire between one another and try and isolate that last player of Keto. 8 rounds now up on the CT side, and even with a bomb plant coming in for Big, they just don't have the money to buy.
Tizian trying to force forward here and again, try to get something going. The Eagle set smokes the ready. Now trying to establish a short control so they can try to split in, but Chopper's not letting them go so far with that. Eco headshots locked on, shut down. Too easy is that with the bomb control for the CT side, and he's extending even further forward with this. They have absolutely no idea, and they're going to run into his spray down one more time. 4K to his name, Tizian alone. 1 versus 5, and this will be 9 for the Spirit side.
Well, Spirit. I'm getting flashbacks, Jay, to Overpass. Are you getting those flashbacks as well? This is a really dominant streak now of 5 rounds in a row. Big are taking another tactical.
I mean, that makes sense. They could be on to be 11 forward for the 2nd time in this series.
Imagine.
And it's like, it's one thing to get 11 forwards in, you know, your opponent's map pick, but this is Big's map pick, you know?
Yeah.
And it's all down to the mechanical style. You talked about the comparison compared to Tabson. It is a very different sort of style compared to these 2 teams, but right now, Spirit are just kicking in Big and just not allowing them to really get any of their bases going, you know?
I love it how we still really haven't even seen Dexter put up a performance, right? Like, he was pretty quiet in that first map. He's still quiet in the second. He's getting a couple of picks here or there, but really it's the riflers again that are showing just dominance here from Spirit. Big, I don't know. I don't know how to come back in. They go fast out towards mid. Info gets spotted from Chopper. It's a double underpass play from the CTs.
Seeing that first player, they do lose the man, but Big can win the trade very quickly and gain all of the apartment's control. There was only that one T-side player up there, and they're making their way quickly on towards Shaw. Now Mir's going to have to deal with the entire T-side forces. Drops in and realizes the mistake he's made, pinned himself into the corner and gives up the kill to Keto as a result. He makes his way further forward in, sees 2 more, sprays awkward against Dexter, eventually finds that kill with Searson chiming through on Magix. And Sunday Young left alone to a 1 versus 4 now to try and recover this. Sees that one individual, shuts him down to the cross, but a very difficult retake to make happen.
A lot looser coming out from Big, actually working with the advantage they've got. And fast out from mid, SDY is now going to have to try and retake in a 1v3. Does find that first pick onto Tabs and try and bait out the short players, but no, the NWP finds the connection to find Big their 5th round, and maybe that's just what we need to see towards the back end of this first half. A couple more looser rounds, a double underpass play gets off for a 1v1 duel, and from there they just swing out really quickly from short. They deal with Mir incredibly quickly, and then the rotates in from markets. Just some really great shots being landed by the T side.
As soon as that kill into towards apartments came through, Spirit just charged straight up and out.
Yeah.
Big. Pressing onto the mid position, Dexter with the AWP ready for contact. There's a big kill on the first man, swing back for the second nose, and Taurus gets that trade. The reface gets shut back down on the same in the 4-on-4 scenario.
Yeah, look, you've got to think that the AWP try to peek back in. That's a good shot coming out from Xantares, and now aggression comes through from mid, but it's Chopra and Magic's working together, and now Sirison is the last one left, 1 versus 3, and well, the bomb's just dropped into the bottom of connector. There's not really much that the main AWP can do from here, but just try and see if he can get some individual picks. Time is on his side. He's got a little bit of utility and certainly the health for him. And player out from the balcony might not expect this. Actually, under balcony for SDY. Bit of a crossfire coming in from the stairs area. Sirison's going to take the peek, and there it is. 10 rounds up for Spirit.
Rising of the ashes, coming from the ether. All I hear is static. Breathe a little deeper. Fallen, broken, a million light years away from home. My
10-5 to lead the half again for Spirit, maintaining the dominating position from map number 1 and set to 2-0 in map 2. If they can just find 6 more rounds above Big, they'll make it into the group stage. And I have to say that my odds are all on them. The odds of GG bet the same as well. And it's going to be a set piece, back to basics, to kick things off here on the T side. Let's see whether this Russian core can do its damage. Keto missing all 3 bullets on the way back out of the entries. Tabs and Keto going back and forth with the trays. Got 1 player back over the walls of Firebox. Here to try and suppress. It's Searson that might deny the bomb plant as Keto falls. He's going to become more crucial to this. Backs turned towards the bomb planter, and there comes a kill. No one knows, and Searson can execute 2 fantastic frags. Sunday Young suddenly alone.
1 versus 2 needs to try and come out for the big man, the Ukrainian, to see if he can bring this round back in favor. What a play coming out from Sirison, unchecked, a complete ninja setup. Just swings out as soon as that bomb's getting planted. STY may have just been heard out from the stairs position and falls down into sandwich, straight into the hands of Tizzy. And so Big, while it did look like the trades were going back and forth, it was really that one play out from Sirison that brought that round in their favor. Just look at the discipline there and the shots to come through. Even this tap on towards CT from Magic's lovely stuff from Big.
And once again, they will maintain a position where they can recover this. Again, a crucial pistol for Big to win. One that keeps them alive at this stage here. Stopping Spirit from mounting up a serious lead. About 12, 13 rounds is where you start getting into the danger zone and potentially losing control of everything here. It's Glocks in from the Spirit core. 4 T-side players around towards the Palace position for them. And Keto jump facing with a HE, hoping to catch off somebody in the back lines, but this looks to be just a straight waterfall setup here.
Yeah, if they can get a bomb plant, then great. It's going to be relatively tough, especially with that player out from CT. The rest of the anchors on the site, though, might be a bit of an easier one. So if they can try and force Keto back, then there could be a bit of a chance. Maybe try and catch him on repositioning. I see Mir just trying to sell as much of a fake over towards B as possible. And Keto maybe thinking that the waterfall setup's coming in.
M4 standing by. Oh, takes those 2 lineups. That's some real good shooting. It's anti-eco frags, but all 3 headshots, very difficult to hit, all things considered. They're just
they got it.
One on here on the Spirit side, so there's always going to be that. Yes, a very good round from both the T side, and again, good shooting from Keto all the same. A 7th will go to the border big, but now the buys are going to look serious.
Yeah, look, that's a very nice attempt out from Spirit, and it actually works out successfully. Not only do they find a kill on Taquito, but they get a bomb plan in. That can potentially allow an AWP investment to come through from Dexter. SDY can drop one over to him. It depends if they want an AWP over on the T side. A couple of nice shooting of the anti-eco kills from Keto, but not quite having anyone out from CT to deny that bomb. And no AWP is going to come forward for either team, Jay. We're going to see Sirison staying on that scout for just a little bit longer, and no AWP up for the T side. Spirit have still got that lead, obviously, but Big now starting to see if they can close the gap. It's only a 3-round deficit now. Set piece.
Seems to be. Back to basics one more time. They tried this in the pistol. They'll try it for the gun round as well. Smokes down, set in. Here comes all the utility. Next jungle, stairs, CT, and all sorts of flashes thrown over that driver division between Keto and the site. He still keeps forward that smoke though. Gets the kill on the first man, not quite the second. Spam through on the wall bangs, eventually mounting up the damage to a 4 versus 4. Retake mode is on Spirit, just have to get the bomb plant.
Yeah, no bomb plant coming in yet, and Big might actually want to try and push forward to these smokes and try and retake before that bomb gets planted. Mir, though, finds a couple of kills, getting aggressive out from stairs, cutting off the rotations. And now Sirison and Tizian are the last one left. Mir is on an absolute rampage in this opening ride for round 3 kills for him. We've seen what he can do on some of these sight lines over on the T side, Jay, but I didn't think we'd see it so quickly. SDY spamming through. What a round from Spirit!
What a round for Mir, more specifically. Incredible kills into the connector control, which is where the majority of the CT presence was coming from, and he was all alone, and still got that much damage done. A tactical pause called by Big as a result. This is their 3rd one here on the CT side, and just in the map in general. Spirit have kept the heart up, and again, they're leaning on their own map pick. And with that round right there, that's crippling to the big economy. Yes, they can buy, but all the investment is going to be down to nothing. You can see Keto is forced down to a deagle even as a result.
Yeah, look, it's going to look pretty horrendous. And, well, for Big, it's something that we've seen them struggle with over the course of not only Mirage, not only the first or second half, but certainly on Overpass too, is just getting a stable economy. It seems like Spirit have always been able to chip in with those really important rounds at the right time. Tabson's going to buy down for an M4. Zentaro's the same. And for me, Jay, like, I don't even maybe want to see that M4 over in Keto's hands and maybe chuck the Deagle back over to Tabson. He's still having a really rough game in this second map.
Maybe getting rougher for him. And now Spirit in the lead by 4 rounds, and the buy from Big is looking disastrous. Orbs in, M4's out across 3 players, and again Keto with that Deagle, forced to play close range over to the Palace control. Dagster with the smokes at the ready. The AK will be checking position back over to the apartments in case someone wants to pop out of it, in case the CTs are pressed forward to that position. But right now they're just putting utility to do some damage. No contact, no kills.
Yeah, they've got a couple of players already in connector. I wonder what Spirit are going to sort of do with this, because the bomb still needs to get recovered out from the T-spawn. Jungle smoke coming through. It's actually Sirison with the glass cannon AWP to find that first kill. Keto trying to work on the other side of this smoke. A lot of spam damage coming in, but it's already a couple of opening kills, and another re-smoke comes down.
Keto just evading that Molotov by standing in the corner at the ramp entrance. They'll think it's clear, and they'll think wrong about it. Mir snuck out of the connected control, though. Dagster will find a pick back towards the mid position. Bomb's going to get picked up from T-spawn. It's going to be on Dagster to do that. Keto hunting for a pick here into the ramp position. He's got to find something in a 3-on-3. Mir now being faced in upon. Chopper gets that kill. Will Mir be able to account for the player over at the sniper's nest? No, Zantaris backs off instead. And the bomb plant can come through. It might be a little bit open. 15 seconds. Do they want to take the risk of dropping it at the last moment? Do they go for the plant open for connector? No, Chopper just shuts down Zantaris. Make sure there's no options here for the big side. 1-on-3 for CS and glass cannon AWP. And pixels on the difference allow Spirit the kills they need to 12.
Yeah, look, that's such a vital pick from Chopper, because that bomb was pretty much open to CT, right? If that swing comes through from Zantares and Chopper's not there, that round gets done as soon as that bomb gets denied. Even try to go hunting Sirison. They know exactly where he is. Mir doing more damage onto him. There's already a market player coming in quickly. His chances of holding onto this AWP are just getting slimmer and slimmer. The time is relatively low. A lot of footsteps coming through from the apartments trying to rush him down, and they do so. This was a common occurrence, Jay, out in that first map. The amount of times we saw Sirison trying to save onto that AWP and just getting hunted by Spirit. They don't care what it does to their economy. As long as that AWP is not in play for the CT side, it's fine by them.
Eco set for big. No rifle saved in. Spirit now on victory roll, or they will be after this Eco. Only a few more rounds to take a 2-0 above big as well. And again, to reinstate their dominance, you know, just with the performance that this team has had. Again, we've talked about how they are one of those breakout squads from the Tier 2 scene. And, well, big are feeling the hurt because of it. Yeah, Spirit's appearances in the Pro Tour might not have been as, you know, significant or nearly as often as Big has, but they're showing across the entire scene, has gotten to this position, and they're making the best of the opportunity. 2 kills for Magix. The USP is Searson can capitalize on the damage his teammates have done. 1 AK picked up, and now they're going to adjust against him, take that headshot back on the AWP. And the 4 versus 2, not quite 1. Zantaris will find a trade back at least, but 3 players alive. That's more than fine for the T's.
And it really just shows you how much those roster changes have actually made a difference to Spirit, right? We saw Idis Balance, unfortunately, getting the bench and then bringing in a couple more players. And look, I mean, certainly very critical of Idis Balance in terms of inconsistency. While we haven't really seen Dagster putting up massive amount of numbers and a massive performance in this best of 3, you can just see how vast differently this Spirit side is in terms of results. When you think about their performance in DreamHack Open January, where they had a close series against Big, it hasn't even been like that at all today.
Flashes in and over to the T side line. Scout in for Searson, does damage to Sumdai Young, takes a tag back and is forced away. Casualties not sustained, but damage has been done to several players across both boards here. Zantaris and Searson getting off worse for wear by comparison to the Spirit Sword. Gap in that smoke, the T side player still crosses for it though. Escapes the ire of the M4 for the moment.
Oh, there's so much map presence coming in here for Spirit. They're out from mid, they're in connector, they've got Mir in jungle, the bomb's still out from the apartments. There's so many options. Finally, Tabson's going to at least be able to deal with one of the CT players. Mir wide swinging out with the Molly 2. That's a really nice pick to bring it back to a 4 versus 4, and now try and weaken the A-site anchors.
Incendiary body blocked, will force them out of connector though. And the kill can come through from Tabson here. Kill found on 1 man and a 4 versus 3. Big are keeping Spirit struggling at this stage. Smoke down towards short should allow them to start entering towards the A site. but still 2 CTs here at the CT stairs. Can plant open for connector pretty safely. Are they aware of that? Will they try and find some hard cover? Smokes down for the CT, flash in, AK swing, gets the kill. tabseN will find the trade, and double up on Mir. That drops the bomb. Suddenly the AWP Dex is all that remains. 4 kills for tabseN so far in this game. Oh, sorry, in this round, I should say. Now onto the ace spray. Flash keeps him blind, and it's CSGO capitalizing on the damage to close it out against Dexter. Keeping the round together for the 8th of big. A bit too over-aggressive for Spirit, I want to say.
Yeah, massively. Like, I don't mind the peeking towards CT, but not with the bomb. Like, come on. They know better than that. They just sort of put Magix in a position in which he needed to find 2 kills with 2 players in CT. He finds that one, instantly gets traded. Then Mir now has to try and push forward too, because that bomb gets dropped in CT control. Time's incredibly low. That was a bit reckless for me from Spirit. Something that we haven't really seen from them all too often. And big. Capitalize on the mistake from their opponents, and now even get a pick out from mid. Great start from Xantares getting aggro.
Yeah, and Big need these kills to go well for them. Continue opening things up following suit. Keto with 2 in particular out towards ramp. 1v1 faces from Dexter in there. The end result has left a 5 versus 2, like a real ridiculous amount of advantage for Big and Spirit. Again, starting to get a bit overzealous, and there's no reason to take those 1v1 duels here. You know, flash in, try to take the fights with the assisted utility, both players to face at the same time, try not to line up for the M4. There's things that Spirit can do that they're just not doing at this stage.
And this might be a bit of an opportunity to take attack. Chopper and SDY 2v5, peeking and coming in from Xantares. Nice swing does come out from Chopper from top mid, but this round is already very unsuccessful. What can he find? Maybe hope that Big starts to overextend. I mean, tabseN's pushed very far forward out from T-Spawn, out from that ramp control. 40 seconds left on the clock. I mean, money's not really there for Spirit. Might be a bit of an opportunity for Chopper just to hold on to this AK, but how does he even do that? Try to walk in from mid. Maybe just try and see if he could take a fight on one to the B players. Ooh!
Tap through to Keto on A instead. That's a frag. Decent enough, but damage has been done in 20 seconds to break into the B-bomb site, and Xantares is so ready for this. If he goes towards A, he's got a shot on tabseN, the AWP's walking out the crosshair to connector. And Chopper realizes that he's basically just pinned into the corner here in the ladder room to hold on to the AK. Concede 9 to the big side, once again within 4 of the lead. But it was around this position is when Spirit started to stack up the rounds and start to close the gap between them and map victory over on Overpass. Is it going to be a similar story here for Mirage? Well, a tactical pause will be called to try and figure that out.
Yeah, look, it's very similar, isn't it? We saw them having a really big lead, and then maybe not so much choke it, but struggle to close out, and then they did. So I kind of look at this sort of situation from Spirit, see how their T-sides have been so far, seeing the numbers that are being posted, and I think for Big, like, it's going to be a challenge, right? A really huge challenge to see if he can come back and tie up the scoreline, even take a bit of a lead. Where for Spirit, all it's going to take is that one good round. You have a look at where the economy sits from the City side. Single round loss bonus of 1,400. There's an instant reset potential here for Spirit, or for Big, if Spirit can convert. The buy coming forward isn't that great for the T side. We've got a Deagle out for Dexter, Khalil for Magix, and AKs for everybody else. And now taking that moment of a tactical pause just to take a bit of a breather.
Move out into the mid control for Spirit. AK's moving up to the connector control, hunting for some sort of CT contact as Xantares is watching from the short position. Molotov are going to try and force him back, and they'll be semi-successful with it. 75 points of health done to him. Dexter was tagged early with his Deagle out. Of course, only a pistol. The rifles need to maintain presence. tabseN and Keto are pushing up from ramp, though. They can, yeah, you're right about that. Spirit, we've got to act real quick towards the site, get these kills together, but someone's got to retreat back and grab this device, and they're going to realize it now. Tizian grabbing Magix, the crossfire will be locked out towards the T-spawn. If they hold the defense, and Spirit will have no chance at this round.
Oh, the kills are still great, though, but surely they don't expect anyone to be behind. I think SDY has just been seen by Keto, and now they know, hang on, we've just left the bomb. I mean, they've cleared out B site. What are they doing leaving the bomb in T-spawn like that? That is ridiculous coming out from Team Spirit. That's more than a mistake for me, Jay.
No, absolutely, and we talked about those mistakes in map number 1. Here in map 2, it's come up to severe prevalence in the last handful of rounds. Spirit Again, things that they should be doing, things that they could be doing, but they're just not doing them here. M4 Keto to bait and switch with Tabson headshot on the first man. M4 burst back here from the next. Keto might get taken out, but 25 seconds of backstabs incoming. And they get these 2 kills on Dexter and secure the bomb plant. Like, it's impossible from here. And Tabson indeed will be the man to shut down the round. Within 3 of the lead, I should say. 10 to the board for Big. Spirit, not a lot of cash here. Might be running Deco.
I think it was Yanko that tweeted out a little bit earlier in the day, Jay, saying that Kassad was having a laugh at how many times Spirit dropped the bomb in T-Spawn, and obviously we didn't get to see that game, but I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, right, that's no laughing matter. Like, that was Spirit pretty much opening up the B site with an advantage, and then the bomb is just left in T-Spawn, but Chopper runs through the molly to find that opening pick. Well, this could be a bit quicker.
Molotov just burning back out, however, Team Spirit going back as a result of this. Mir dealt with by Tabson in the mid control as the M4 shines bright against the Deagle. And nades on assist and watches with the AWP. Tabson getting another face on Sum Young, taking him down next. A 2 standing for Spirit. If you're going to go fast like that, you'd expect that everyone will just charge straight out of the ramp control, or at least to stall for the Molotov and then go fast off the back of that. But no, Spirit are still setting up their hits to the site. Engagement in one of the pistols, Orb tagged up, missing its shot against Magic. That will come through with a kill, but Tabson there with his M4 continues to hold the backline. 4 kills to him. He started to really come alive in the second half.
Yeah, what a change it's been from Tabson. He was like, what, 1-11 at one point, and he's turned it around completely, and that's what Big need. They need their captain, they need their in-game leader to start feeling confident, and that's what we're seeing now in this second half. A really good comebacks now coming through, and you've just got to wonder, Spirit, how long is it going to be until this lead gets taken away from them, especially if Big can continuously put rounds up like this? Okay.
Once again, these defaults looking semi-passive aggressive here from the T side. They went initially towards the ramp and palace positions. No apartments control until now, and Searson's been allowed to extend all the way up the stairs as a result of it. Flash doesn't catch anybody. Almost lines up 2, just gets traded back by Dexter as Magic's barely evades disaster. 4-on-4. Orb does get picked up now in the hands of Dexter, and he needs to shine with it. I think if there's one player that could pull Spirit back out of this slump, it would be him.
Yeah, certainly so. That's a big pickup. A decent trade coming through, and it's just an A-fake here. Set piece coming through. Keto, with him playing so aggressively up towards default, though, he sees that there's no information out from Palace or from Ramp, nor hearing the footsteps either. This is good info up for the B players. And it's just going to come down to Tizian and Xantares to hold.
Smokes on ahead of the smoke as it starts to clear. Spray doesn't catch anything. Will try and escape. Mir gets that headshot. Xantares for the incendiary. Sum Young takes Tabson on shore. Xantares standing alone. That's all the seaside players to deal with. Keto's going to fall. And Xantares dealt with. Chopper makes it a 2K. And 14 rounds for Spirit now. Finally, 1 round to break the back of the cycle. And the number of rounds that Big had, 3 rounds of difference of reinvestment has got to come through from the CT side.
It really took some time there from Spirit to get going. But look, even with Big, with the right information, I thought we just saw some really great duels. Mir and Dexter struggling just with the spam, but eventually they're able to deal with Tizian, and then SDY is able to take pressure away from them out from short. Sirison finds that first pick off the Dexter, so a good start on the return from Big.
Need that opener. Need to keep as many opening kills as they can going their way in these rounds. Need to keep as many kills in general going their way in these rounds. Big down by a map in this one, and they're so close to equalizing the Spirit, but Spirit themselves are so close to shutting down the series at a 2-0. Tabson waiting for someone to pop out of Palace. There is a player that's there. Sum Young and Sirison going back and forward. An AWP seen here. Tabson's going to get dealt with by Magic. That's a big kill towards the A play. 3-on-3, but he's going to rotate back and pick up that bomb because they're going to need it. Might be on for the XE.
Oh, they're just everywhere, Spirit. They've got players out from A, they've got players out from B, and Sirison and Keto have even invested into AWPs into round 26 glass cannon. Now it's really just down to him and Xantares to bring it back, but you've even got the feeling of, like, what is going on here? Do we know it's an A play? Do we know it's B? Well, Keto's going to stay around out from CT, and the T's are now starting to progress on towards the site. Chopper could even sneak in from CT. If he does, I think that round is done.
Does not to do so, so Keto's going to be the main man to hold his AWP, to be the hero for his team. Magic's covering off Cross. They might hear the footsteps, they're going to hear that utility for certain. The flashbang over. Shot in, does not connect. Chopper takes him down. M4 burst back to Zentaris. Will catch Mir and Chopper for some damage, but the bomb plant can be secured on default safely. And Zentaris up for a retake with no kit to his favor. A 1-on-3 situation that he just can't win. He knows it. He's falling back to save the M4 into another good round because the money is not here for Big in this one. They can't really go for a major investment in it as much as they possibly can. They will get Mir released. That's one frag, but Chopper's so ready to trade it. Knives out, and there comes the kill.
And there comes the rounds. 15 now up on the board for Team Spirit and, well, the money. I mean, we just know what kind of buy is going to be coming through. An instant reset, considering it was a force buy in the last for Big. They're just going to be on pistols. A single scout out for Sirison. And it really is like we're watching Overpass, Jay, in the sense on how this game took its twists and turns with the rounds for Spirit. They're now one away from going into the group stage, Jay, and IEM Katowice are 1 round away. They could do it right here.
We've seen plenty of 16-11s over the course of the day. Dweg? We're to add one more to the list here for Spirit. They've got Deagles against them. Big standing to lose in the upper bracket. One more round to make the difference. 4 to the match points. And so far, so passive from the T side.
Yeah, they're slowing it down. They realize the importance of a round like this. Big just really don't have anything to work with. They're going to have to rely on some of these individuals to make a bit of a big play. The smoke going down towards the top of Connector, and that really limits the info out from mid because Xantaris is smoked in window too.
Peter moving up towards the stairs corner. Chopper going to back up with the AWP. Tabson taking damages. Xantaris, however, with his Deagle on Mir that opens up the round. AK picked up here towards the ladder room. And AWP watching, hoping to catch a shoulder bait that overextends. Smoke back, flash in, and Chopper gets the trade together. 4-on-4 now. Spirit got to act upon this. Rotations are inbound to the B site, leaving only one man of Tabson here to defend the A play. But still, they're going to go towards the apartments. TC is pressed forward, looking for a couple of good headshots. Does so much damage to these T side individuals, but he can't get a frags together. Scout sees and also tagging up, finally gets a kill on one. Gap in the fence, takes a secondary kill, looks back towards the apartments, needs a bit more, but Magix trades it. Keto comes up with a headshot, and Dexter is left alone. 10 seconds, bomb in the open, sees one towards shore, but is caught looking the wrong way, and Big stay alive.
Oh, what a hold. What a hold that is to the B side. And it was the chip damage. We saw how much the Deagles were able to do. Sirison not only getting involved with that scout, but also landing a couple of tag shots. And Big are staying alive for just a little bit longer, and they're taking their last, Jay. Their last tactical available for them. They've already used 3. This is now their 4th. Team Spirit running into just such a bait setup over at that B side, running into so much damage.
The final tactical being called in for Big to readjust themselves going forward into this one. They need to take us to overtime. We're still match point for Team Spirit. And their own buy is looking a bit broken here. Big may have an opportunity to punch a hole in this economy and try force Spirit down to some ecodes going into the next round. Possibly have to bolster the buy back up for round 30. So this one could go right down to the wire here, Dweg. And you can see Spirit immediately setting themselves up into the palace control. Is this going to be a fast play out to Waterfall in?
Rush.
I think it might be. Flash is over. Rush tactics. Keto back behind the danger boxes. One player out for the attention. Sees one in the open. Spray connects towards one. Back on a second. Headshot towards me. Needs that third man over at the Tetris spot. Damage done to Dexter. He falls. And Keto holds the anchor on the site. Chopper to go down last. All 5 alive for Big.
Oh, what a hold coming out from Ketos at the back of Triple Spirit. Tried to waterfall out from Palace on a buy round. And, well, what a hold that is coming out from Big. Spirit really struggled to find those opening kills. Keto is such a rock in the defense, swinging out from left and right-hand side. A great frag onto Magix and Mir, even following up onto a triple out towards that Palace position. Jeez, what a round out for Big. That's going to help their confidence now. And he spoke about the reset potential. Eco for round 29. We're going to be going 30 rounds.
Deagles, Tech-9s. Kevlar on 2 for the Spirit side. Unless they can pull something seriously out of the hat, you're right about this. Down to the wire. Big looking to keep themselves in this series. Tabson by hunting for someone back here. Looking towards position, takes out Chopper to start. Damage being done towards him. Eventually Mir can find the trade to a 4-on-4.
Get into window, try and just pick up that rifle. Already a bit of a peek coming through from short from Xantares, but they've been able to get a player in, pick up that weapon of the M4. There is a quick backstab coming in from the Turk. Oh, what? Mir actually turns that M4 into a kill. It's now an advantage up for the T side. What's happening here?
Not like this, Big. It's not even a full force buy, it's an eco round. That bomb's making its way towards the apartments. They've already got a basis here to this position with some Young. Tizian's the only player that can respond towards a B hit right now. If he falls, then that's going to be at least a post-plant for Spirit. Can he get any trades? Or better still, can he hold the defensive on his own? They've got such a lack of Kevlar. The M4 can line up the headshots easy. It all comes down to timing and positional and where he looks at what moment. Spirit slowly creeping out of the app's entrance. Now footsteps being heard. TC sees one player, takes him down, turns around and somehow deals with Magics. But Mir and Dexter with trades. The M4 back over his sniper's nest. Searson wasn't ready for it and Keto stands alone. Gets the trades to a 1 versus 1 and Dexter backs up to the back of the sights.
And this is his chance. This is his chance to really shine. Keto now started to come in from the short position. He does have a kit in play, but without any utility. And Big need to be able to win this clutch if they want to survive for just a little bit longer on Mirage. Dexter repositioning out towards a bench position. Might not think that someone's coming in from that left-hand side. It depends on whether Keto wins it. And no, Spirit 16-13, take a 2-0. We're going to head to a short break. We'll be back soon.